I love you. I'm proud of you. Hey guys, today we are back with another video. Now this video is going to be a little different. It's something I hold dear to my heart. It's going to be about mental health. So we're going to sit down and just talk about mental health. Let's do it. As a lot of you may know, or a lot of you may not know, I suffered with mental health for years. I made a video on my channel about a year or two ago about my story with my mental health struggles. So you can rewatch that video. If you haven't seen it already, go watch it. Also, I'm going to describe my struggles in this video as well. Growing up, I had an amazing childhood, amazing family, amazing friends. I grew up happy, healthy, no complaints in life. Did the normal shit. I went to school, played video games. I love video games. I played sports, hung out with friends, ate candy. I lived a good life. My parents cared for me. They were absolutely amazing. I love them so much, and they wanted to give me the world as well as my brother and all my friends. And now, of course, life goes on. You know, you lose some friends, you gain some more friends. I'm getting older. I graduated high school. Everything was going great. No depression, anxiety, just normal things you're scared to do in high school. Just normal things people get anxious about, such as asking someone to prom or asking a teacher a question, presenting in front of the class. Normal stuff. That's the only anxiety I really had. So graduate from high school, have an amazing summer, going to college, freshman year, kill it. Made a bunch of friends, doing great in school. Great grades, because I'm a genius, baby. Now we're going into sophomore year. I'm excited. I'm living with 3 of my friends now in college. It's going to be like the best year ever. The year starts off amazing. So many good stories. First half of the year was probably one of the best times of my life, and so blessed I was able to live in that moment. So when I was in college, I smoked weed. I don't smoke weed anymore, but I used to smoke weed. I used to smoke weed probably almost every night of the week, at least definitely every weekend for sure. Always had a good time. I mean, there'd be moments I get anxious smoking weed. Sometimes it happens. You assume the cops are coming when really it's just the pizza man or some stupid shit. So sophomore year continues on. It's now probably 3rd semester. I think that's what it's called. Oh my gosh, I've been out of college so long I don't even remember what it's called. And I do the normal with some of my friends. We go to my buddy's dorm room. We open up the windows. We start smoking weed. Normal. We always do that. Don't smoke, okay? Unless you're of age and you want to, but if you're not and you don't want to smoke, don't fall under peer pressure. Live your own life. Don't live someone else's life. So I smoke weed. I'm high. I feel it. But it's like, this is a different feeling. This is a very, very different feeling. I start getting these crazy thoughts in my head, very, very intense that I just don't want to have. And no one, it's one of those things where you're having the thoughts and you're like, okay, I don't want to think about this, but your brain's makes you think about it because you don't want to. So it's basically that. I started having a mini panic attack. I went back to my dorm and I just remember freaking out. I remember I was just laying in bed freaking out. My friends were trying to calm me down a bit because I was freaking out. I didn't know what was going on. But that happens sometimes when you smoke, whether it's too much or the strain. I don't really know. I'm not too educated in it. But sometimes you have a little panic attack when you smoke too much weed, or even just a little. The night went on, I had the panic attack. It was the next morning, and I realized I'm still having these very triggering thoughts in my head. I'm like, okay, I do not feel comfortable with these thoughts in my head. Something's really off right now. Yeah, I don't know exactly what it was, but it was literally like a flip of the switch in my brain where basically when I smoked that night and had that panic attack and had these very intense, intrusive thoughts that I didn't want to have, something flipped in my brain that just basically messed up my head for a long time. I keep waking up, going through the day, and I'm just unbearably anxious. My anxiety never been so high. I've never felt this way before. It was honestly, it was unbearable. It was terrible. I couldn't even talk to people without feeling this. I couldn't even not talk to people. I couldn't even just walk around campus and not feel just in a panic state, basically. It's basically my whole brain chemistry, thought, whatever it would be, completely changed after that night because my thoughts went from always being positive. I didn't even have the thoughts I've ever had in my life that I was having after that night I smoked weed and had this crazy panic attack. The best way I could describe it is I didn't even feel I didn't feel like who I was before. I was a whole new human. It was terrible. So a year goes on. I still wake up feeling like this 24/7. I can't escape this. I do normal stuff. I'd get all my schoolwork done, do the gym, all this stuff. But I started isolating myself a little bit more. I used to go to dinner with my friends on campus every night. I would stop doing that. I'd have to separate myself from them because I would feel my anxiety was ridiculous when I was around people. It was terrible. I even stopped going to the gym with one of my friends I used to go with because I just wanted to go to the gym alone. Like I said, I really just, being around people just was too much to even handle, especially when I didn't even understand what was going on in the moment. I also turned to drinking a little bit. I wasn't like an alcoholic. I wasn't drinking every day, but when I would drink and when I would go out on weekends to have fun when I was really just in my head, I'd drink heavy because I could get blackout drunk, and for at least whatever an hour of my time I'd be kind of feeling a little better, but really it wasn't making me feel better because I'd get this like high where my anxiety would subside a little bit, but I'd always have the thoughts in the back of the mind. There was no escaping them. And then I'd get to a point where I'm too drunk and then everything just comes piling on me, and it was ridiculous. It was unbearable. Don't turn to drinking if you have mental health problems because it just makes everything 100 times worse. I was just throwing up. I was bawling my eyes out. I'd say I wanted to end my life, which I did mean it, unfortunately, in the moment when I was drinking and having those episodes, I guess you want to call them. What was going on exactly, I still had no idea, but I would get these very obsessive thoughts that maybe one day I'll go into detail what they were, but as of right now, I like to keep that to myself. But yeah, I'd get these very, very obsessive thoughts that like I did not want, like I was saying, like it started to become more known to me that this is weird because it'd be every day I'd think about these things, couldn't get it off my mind. It put me in a depressive state, anxiety fucking highest it's ever been. I remember I'd walk around campus just almost, crying. I'd walk around campus crying at like midnight or whatever, saying what's going on with me. I'd have internal dialogue with myself, talk out loud to myself because I was just so lost. And I had friends and family I could turn to, but I also didn't really want to at the moment because I didn't even know what was going on and I needed to figure it out myself. The year goes on, it becomes summer. I'm still dealing with this. It's not fun, but I'm hoping like, maybe once I get into summer mode, I'm out of school. Maybe it was something in school that was triggering it and I just needed to get out. I still didn't really know what the hell was happening. It just fucking sucked. Summer comes, woo! I freaking love summer, dude. I'm hyped. I'm so excited. Not actually. I'm fucking in my bedroom on my laptop, literally searching up the thoughts in my head, what's going on, what's happening to me. I'd be on my laptop basically 24/7 every day of the summer, researching, trying to figure out what's going on. I'm doing all this research. I'm freaking on the internet all day, looking all this stuff up. And it seems to me in that moment, I was like, oh, it looks like I have OCD. I mean, I'm not a doctor or whatever, but that's what I got from it. In the moment, I was like, okay, I must have OCD. It's almost crazy to me because right now I'm going to try to explain how I felt during those days. But with the state I'm at now, it's like almost like I think I almost blocked that feeling out because it was so bad. We'll start from the morning. I'd wake up every morning, lay in bed. Dude, I would wake up. And it's not even like I'd wake up, okay, let's get into the day, let's do this. I'd wake up, boom, second my eyes open, fucking just overwhelmed with anxiety. It was literally like the second my brain woke me up or whatever, the thoughts would come in. The thoughts would come in the second I woke up, and it was just, it's literally unbearable. Obviously, I was in a depressive state. I was super depressed. The anxiety was ridiculous, and you know, when anxiety and depression coexist, it's not a good time if you know or if you suffer from this. That whole summer, all I did was lay in bed, be super depressed, feel anxious, cut off all my friends that summer. I didn't do anything with them. Want to play basketball? No, I can't. Want to go out to the bar and drink? No, I can't. Want to do this, want to do this, want to come to a fire pit. Nah, I really just can't right now. I'm sorry, I'm tired. All I did that summer was research what the fuck was going on inside my head. And you're not always going to get answers with that. The one thing I did do, I continued to go to the gym. That was the one escape I had. That was good. I would see some of my friends at the gym. I guess that would be one spot I saw my friends. That was definitely the one positive, and that really kept me going. I think it sounds corny, but I think without the gym, I wouldn't be on this planet today. And I think that's why, yes, I enjoy the gym. I enjoy the physical aspect of it, but the mental aspect for me personally, and I think for a lot of people that, even if they don't enjoy the physical aspect of the gym, they should go to the gym for mental aspect, because the gym in a way saved my life. I was hiding from the world. I was hiding from my family. The only time I talked to my family was at dinner time, really. Even at dinner time, I wouldn't talk to them. I would sit there, I'd be in my own head, just basically saying how much I hate myself. I don't want to be on this planet anymore. And it sucked because I shut out my friends, I shut out my family, the people that are closest to you. And I did it because I didn't want to hurt them with my own kind of self-destructive ways. And I also didn't want to to me, it felt like I was going to put a burden on them with my depression, but that's never a thing. If the people truly love you, it's never a burden, because people want to see you, be good, be happy if they truly love you. So summer goes on, summer's coming to an end. College is starting back up, going into my junior year. I'm hoping maybe it's gonna go away, but it just never went away. It almost felt like I was being buried alive, and there was just more and more dirt being thrown on me, and my chest was getting heavier and heavier, and I couldn't breathe anymore, basically. All I wanted to do was really just end my life. It was really the only thing on my mind. Every day of my life, I'd wake up, I'd be like, I don't want to be here anymore, I want to die. It was dark. It was terrible. The gym I used to go to, sometimes I'd go there alone, especially during college time, because summertime was the busy month because you'd see kids, they're back from school. But during college, I started commuting my junior year, so I'd go there alone a lot of times. There's a 24/7 gym, which means I would be there alone, no workers, no anybody. I just have my music on and work out. But I remember having the thought at the gym that I should join the army, because that way at least someone can, kill me, and I wouldn't be responsible for my own death, as in like ending my own life. To me, I can't believe I even had that thought in the position I am in right now. All glory to God. Yeah, I was literally just bawling my eyes out, crying, super sad, and yeah, that was my number one thought was, why don't I just join the army? Because that way I can die fighting for something, and people would be proud of me at least, and it would suck, but at least that way people wouldn't look at me as someone that ended their life, and it'd be more of like someone was able to end my life for me. And for some reason, to me, that was like, oh great, that's one way I can finally just end the thoughts, end it all, and people won't look at me as someone that just ended their life. It made me think like people could have that similar thought of like, hey, maybe if I can't end it all and I don't want anyone to think I did, at least I can go to the army and die in service, or maybe even like a car crash or something like that people wouldn't think, oh, that was them that did it. It was at least something else that happened, you know what I mean? If you're having any thoughts like that, just know it will get better, I promise you. I'm an example of it. It will take a lot of time, it will take a lot of dedication, hard work, but it will get better, I promise you. I'm still living with it. I'm still not talking to friends, still not talking to family. Basically, yeah, depression, anxiety, OCD took 2 to 3 years off my life. It sucks to think about, but 2 to 3 years of my life, yeah, did I just stay in my room for that time? Did I want to die that whole time? Yes, yes, yes. Did I want to end it all? Yes, I did. But I'm blessed and so thankful that I didn't, because yes, did it take 2 to 3 years of my life? Yeah. But now I'm like probably the happiest I've ever been in my life, and feeling the most grateful I have also ever been in my life. I don't know why this was happening, man. I don't know why. I just wanted to smoke a little weed one day because it was fun for me in the moment. And then all of a sudden when I did, something fucking fucked my brain up. And yeah, made me just my brain chemistry completely altered. I didn't tell anybody about this. Sure, some people knew I was struggling a little bit, but I'd be like, yeah, I'm just tired. Yeah, I'm just tired, having a bad day. You know what I mean? I would never bring out the full-on issue of, oh, I'm depressed, blah, 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 blah. I guess my thought process was I didn't want to bring anyone into the situation, and I just wanted to be able to fix it myself. I wanted to get better. I wasn't someone that like was, all right, I'm not going to get better. You know what I mean? I'm just stuck like this, you know? I wanted to get better. I do research how to get better, try to figure out everything I could do. Yeah, like I said, I didn't tell anybody about this problem, not my family, my friends. I just kept going on and fucking hating myself. I'm sure if any of you out there could relate, there'd be moments I'd be just staring myself in the mirror, just basically telling myself how much I hate myself and how much I just wanted to die. Just bawling my eyes out, crying my eyes out, saying this to myself in the mirror. I remember I was standing in front of the mirror one time just with a knife and just, oh my gosh, I could feel the hatred towards myself, and I just wanted to, you know, do it. You know, I wanted to end myself with the knife, and I just stared at the mirror, but I couldn't do it. And I mean, I'm glad nothing happened like that. There'd be moments in time I'd look in the medicine cabinet and be like, ooh, is there a way I can end it with this? And I'm sure there definitely was, but thankfully I didn't. Once again, all glory to God. He had a different plan for me, so yeah. The best way I can describe it is I didn't want to end my life. I didn't want to die, but I wanted my thoughts to die. But in the moment, I could only see one way out, and it's basically just, you know, end my life, because if I don't end my life, how the hell am I going to get these thoughts out? I've tried so much. I've done so much research to get these thoughts out. Nothing's working. The thoughts were just overwhelming. I was basically drowning in my own thoughts. There's really no other better way to describe it to as me just having the worst internal bully in the life. And that bully happened to be myself and my own thoughts. And it was so lonely, so dark. I basically just wanted to sleep all day. I didn't want to interact with anybody. It sucked, man. It sucked. So in that moment as well, as much as I hated myself, one key thing to think is I did want to get better. So me trying to get better, trying to basically love myself, shows you love yourself. So even when you do hate yourself, if you're trying to get better, just know that's a first step of loving yourself, is trying to get better, because you're trying to get better to show yourself that you love yourself. And like I was saying, it's an internal bully. You become your own worst enemy, and it's not like it's not someone over there that's annoying me. I'll be like, okay, let me go over here. Then they won't be over by me. I can't escape it. It's my own head. It's my own thoughts. There's really no escaping. The only way to escape is try to love yourself and try to get better. And how the hell do you do that? I didn't freaking know in the moment. I had no idea. I was trying to figure this out. Like I said, I was doing hours of research trying to figure out what is OCD, what is this subcategory of OCD, what depression, how do I fix this? What is this? I never had depression. Did I even think depression was a thing growing up? Because I was always happy. Was I sad at points? Sure, I wasn't depressed. I'd be sad and then go outside and shoot a basketball. I'd be happy again. Like, I didn't know what was going on in the moment. Like, what are you supposed to do when your own brain is your own worst enemy? Huh? What? Like, what am I supposed to do? My own brain is telling me to end my life. You hate yourself. You don't want to be there. You're this, that. It's just feeding negative thoughts to me. I just heard my dog. Oliver. This will make everyone happier. Come here, Oliver. This will make everyone happier instead of this depressing story. Cute doggy. But yeah, what are you supposed to do when your own brain is your own worst enemy? The fuck? Time's still going on, man. Still want to end it all. Blah, blah, blah. I had a normal physical checkup at the doctor's. I went to my doctor. Just a normal checkup, you know what I mean? They do your weight, height, blah, blah, ask you how you're feeling. I don't think I ever filled out this chart realistically. They gave you the chart to fill out on the iPad or whatever about depression, how you feel, anxiety, do you have suicidal thoughts, all this stuff. I finally filled out exactly how I felt. Everything was fucking extreme. Extreme. So I go through the checkup. Then at the end of the checkup, my doctor says, I noticed your charts seems like you're doing extremely poor mentally. First of all, I don't know why I did that, because I never thought I'd be able to, but I did it. I filled out the chart exactly how I felt. I said, this is it. I need help. This might be the last straw. It might be a last opportunity I get, because I don't go to the doctor. I go to the doctor, I think, once a year for a checkup, or every 2 years, depending how I'm like feeling, looking healthy and stuff. So this could be my last chance, because I don't know if I can do a whole nother year of my own brain just wanting to end my life. You know what I mean? So I went for it. Thank God I did. The doctor says that. I remember just crying my eyes out, bawling my eyes out. It was almost a relief that I was able to explain myself, because I was never able to fully dive into the thoughts in my brain, because I didn't feel comfortable doing it, especially with these intrusive thoughts that made me super uncomfortable, and made me feel like crap, basically. But I told the doctor everything that was going on in my mental. I was bawling my eyes out. I'm forever blessed for my doctor for, just checking in on me. He said, we filled out a prescription to get myself medication. So I was like, okay, this is fantastic. I'm gonna get medication that's gonna save my life. So unfortunately, the medication didn't help me. I was taking fluoxetine. For me, it actually almost made my anxiety worse. And I don't know, it didn't mesh with me. But one of the positive factors here is, if you are struggling with your mental health, medication with mental health, depression, anxiety, whatever, it's very trial and error, unfortunately. So fluoxetine might work for this group of people, but for me personally, it didn't work. Or another medication that works for these people don't work for these people. Medication with depression, I guess, is trial and error, basically, which is unfortunate, but hey, for some people it helps people, and that's amazing. The key here is, before I continue, is I took a big step. I took a big leap. I finally told someone about my mental health, told my doctor, which led to me getting something that could potentially help me. Did it help me personally? No, but this could potentially help you. So if you're listening out there and you struggle with your mental health, tell someone, whether it's a loved one, your doctor, tell someone, because that could be the first step to getting your mental a lot better than it is. All right, moving on to the next step. So the medication wasn't really helping me, but also during that doctor visit, here's another huge thing. I went into therapy. My doctor set up an appointment that ran through my insurance, luckily enough, for therapy. So I started going to therapy. I remember the first phone call I had, because the first phone call was with a woman who just, you tell her what's going on with your mental, how you're feeling, blah, blah, blah. What's going on, everything that's happening, you know what I mean? Then the last whatever time you've been struggling. So I was on the phone with her. I remember talking to her, and I was bawling my eyes out again, telling her how, all this stuff, everything I went through, how I was feeling and stuff, and crying, and it felt good to speak about it. So I was like, okay, this could be good. So I get set up with a therapist. I stick with the therapist for a while, but I think at first it was helpful to me, and then eventually I was kind of like in the thought process of like, yeah, like it's nice to talk about my problems, and like it's nice to have someone there for me to talk about. But me personally, this might not be for you, but for you, therapy could be the greatest thing ever, and that's why I highly recommend everyone should try therapy, especially if you're struggling with your mental health. Even if you're not, people say it's fantastic. But if you are struggling with your mental health, you should 100% try therapy, because it could be the thing that saves your life. It could be the one thing that you haven't tried yet that saves your life. So I highly recommend it. But for me personally, it helped for a little bit, and then it got to a point where I was like, why am I living my negativity? Why am I living my depression? Why am I giving my depression power almost, and my anxiety power, by giving it strength while I'm talking to the therapist? And yes, the therapist would give you ways to show that how to cope kind of, and how to see that it doesn't have the power. But for me personally, I thought like, oh, I'm basically recycling these intrusive thoughts, these repetitive thoughts that wouldn't leave me alone. I'm recycling my anxiety, how shitty I feel, basically, how my mental health is just gone, absolutely gone, how I basically almost, how I wanted to end my life. And I'm recycling these thoughts, and I started to think to myself that this isn't for me personally, because I don't want to be stuck in this pattern where I'm constantly talking about my negative thoughts and my depression and all this stuff that makes me feel bad, because why would I want to give it more power when I speak out about it. Therapy didn't exactly work for me, but it was good at first. It was really good at first. So once again, medication, it's worth a shot if it's a way to help you out. Therapy, worth a shot if it's something that help your mental health. I can't exaggerate this enough. If you are at the point where your depression is so bad where you just want to end it all, there's nothing you shouldn't try that could help. Whether it's therapy, medication, talking to a loved one, freaking meditating, going to the gym, whatever it is, there's nothing you shouldn't try that could potentially help your mental health that you shouldn't give a shot. You know what I mean? Do this for you. You love yourself. You don't want to feel this way. You don't want to hate yourself. You don't want to end it all. You want to end the problem. You want to end the situation. You want to end the negative thinking and the thoughts. Yeah, but you don't want to end yourself. You want to continue your life, but with happy, positive thoughts and feeling good about yourself and loving yourself. Continuing on, still feeling like crap. Therapy helped for a little bit, then and medication didn't help at all. Made me feel a little bit worse. I honestly started reading books that could help. And one of the books I read was called Breaking the Habits of Being Yourself by Dr. Joseph Dispenza. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. Here is the book right here if you want to check it out. And what I learned from this book is you literally have to rewire your brain chemistry. So what do I mean by that is basically when you're depressed, feeling anxious, your brain is literally wired to think that way. So your brain is stuck in this pattern of negative thinking. It becomes its normal state basically. So the normal state of depression is you wake up depressed, feeling negative, hating yourself. Your brain wired itself to think like that now, and that's its normal state, is negative thinking, to hate yourself. I started changing the way I was thinking. I started thinking more positively. I started almost like letting my negative thoughts go past, and then started feeding myself positive thoughts and being kinder to myself. Was it hard? Was it kind of weird at first? Did I feel strange doing this? Yes. But dude, I didn't want to feel this way anymore, so give it a shot. Do something. Take action, you know what I mean? Because now I'm rewiring my brain to think more positive of myself, love myself. It's going to take a lot of time. I remember I'd have days where I'd be like, oh, this shit's stupid, it's never going to work, it's not going to help me. But then I would notice that I would start feeling a little better, and I'd start having, instead of going 7 days a week of being super depressed and anxious, I would go 6, I'd go 5. And then I'd stumble a little bit, I'd go 7 days back to depression. But that's going to be it, because once you start feeding yourself these positive thoughts and being kinder to yourself and loving yourself, which is extremely hard. I'm not sitting here saying, oh, just tell yourself now, oh, I don't want to end my life anymore. Just, it's not that easy. It's going to take a lot of hard work, a lot of commitment. That's the thing. I wasn't committed to it at first. I did it for a little bit. Wasn't really working for me. I was like, okay, this is BS. I'm wasting my time doing this. Well, then I realized, what am I doing? I'm not wasting my time. I'm trying something. I'm trying to better myself. I'm trying to get out of my depressive state. I'm trying to get these intrusive thoughts to leave me alone. I'm trying not to want to end my life every day. That's all that matters, is you're trying. There's nothing else you can do other than try. Try everything. But you got to try everything. For me, a lot of that was the positive thinking, affirmations. Doing affirmations was big too. That's kind of like rewiring your brain. I don't know exactly what it was that, changed my thinking. I don't know what exactly it was that made me not want to end my life anymore. Personally, I think it was something to do with God. I was never super religious or anything. I actually hated going to church. I didn't really care for religion. I kind of just like, oh, yeah, there might be a God, whatever. I didn't really find God until probably within the last few months. But I think it was God's plan for me to continue on and not end my life. And yes, I know a lot of you may not be religious, and I'm not just trying to put religion on you here, but for me personally, I never felt so much love in my heart these last few months, ever since I found Jesus, found God. So for me personally, it's one of those things where why won't I give this out to you to be like, oh, try to talk to God, try to pray, The only reason I say that is because for me, I feel this love and I want you to experience that love as well. So, why not give it a shot, right? Like I said, it's worth trying everything. I think God's the number one thing. I wish when I was feeling like this, super depressed, super anxious, I wish I put more time into God. Instead, I put more time in, you know, trying to figure it all out by myself when I could have had a little more help. So like I said, do everything you can, man. Just keep fucking fighting. That's all I can really say. I love you guys so much. People love you out there, even if you think you're alone. People do love you. And I know I'm just freaking filming a YouTube video saying this, but I truly do love you. And if you are struggling for your mental health, keep fighting every day. It's not a battle you have to lose. It's a battle you can win, and it's very winnable. Because one day, I promise you, in time, you will love yourself. You'll look back and be so fucking proud of yourself, saying you beat depression. You know, and it's like I said, it's not every day that I don't have no anxiety anymore. I still get anxiety. I still, you know, have bad days, but it's not like it was. There was a moment, like I said, I woke up feeling anxious 24/7, wanted to end it all 24/7. And you know what? Truly, if I did that, dude, I can't believe I even had this thought now. I have a beautiful girlfriend that I love so freaking much. I love my family and friends so much. I got fucking animals here that I freaking adore. Yes, my little baby. I mean, dude, life is just so beautiful. You have so much to live for. It's a really hard time. It's a tough battle dealing with your mental health, depression, anxiety, whatever it is exactly. You know, no one can measure their other's pain either. You know, I can't sit here and say, yes, I know exactly what you're going through. Yes, did I battle depression, anxiety, OCD? Sure, I did. But I can't fully understand your pain. Pain's not something you can measure. Can I help you out? Sure. I would love to help you out. I would love to do anything I can to help you out with your mental health. But truly, it's something that I guess not everyone can relate to. So when I see someone struggling with their mental health, I really want to help out any way I can. It's a tough thing. You're never alone. If you have anyone you can reach out for, reach out to them if you're struggling. If you don't have anyone you can reach out for, please do it for yourself, because you're important and you have a lot to live for on this planet. And you know, you can freaking find happiness, you can find peace, you can find a lot in this life. It's not the end. It's not the end. Did it take time away from me? Yes, it took years away from my life, if you want to put it that way. It took 2 to 3 years of my life away from me. I rotted away in my bedroom, did research, and just wanted to end my life for 2 to 3 years. And it took 2 to 3 years of my best life away from me when I was freaking 19 to 22, 23, something like that. Like, and especially with what I do now, social media, dude, I wish I couldn't have struggled through this, because who knows, maybe I would have done my TikTok and YouTube sooner and better. And you know, that's one way I could look at it, but now that I think about it is, fuck, this is gonna sound weird to say actually, but it's painful to say this, but I'm glad I went through it, because anyone that goes through mental health struggles, you're a fucking warrior. You are a warrior, because there's no harder battle out there than your own internal thoughts, your own internal bully, your own negative thoughts. So just know you're a warrior for fighting, and just keep fighting, because it will get better one day, I promise you. I love you so much. I guess I'm also glad I went through it, because if I never went through it, I couldn't make this video. And even if this video helps one person, fuck yeah, dude. That's beautiful. That's amazing. And if you're the one person out there that it may help, even just a tad little bit, I love you, and please keep pushing. Try everything you can. Try everything you can to beat your battle with mental health. Therapy, medication, meditation. Go to the gym. The gym's a proven factor. It won't solve everything probably, but the gym is a proven factor to boost your mental health. So go to the gym if you don't already. Go for a run. Do some exercise. If you don't like the gym, go for a walk outside. Enjoy nature. Freaking just try everything, man. I truly can't stress that enough. Try everything. Anyways, like I said, man, you never know what someone's going through. So check up on everyone. Just be nice to people too. Just treat them with respect. Treat them the way you want to be treated. That's freaking elementary school lesson right there. just be nice, man. You never know what someone's going through. You never know what could be that one pushing point that makes them want to, just push them over the edge in a way. I love you guys so much. God bless you all. Yeah, I love you guys so much. Keep fighting, keep pushing. And yeah, man, mental health's a very important thing. So if you're struggling out there, you got this. You're going to beat it. I trust you. You got this. I love you. I'm proud of you. Let's go, baby.